Hi, everybody. Scott Riley, the Market Update Desk. It is January 9th. Hope everybody had a great time last night watching U of M beat Washington for the first undisputed national championship for U of M since the 40s. Last national championship was 97. I remember watching that. So it's really cool. Had a lot of buddies at the game last night. So kind of fun to watch. Hope everybody's recovering from the celebrations last night. Today's a little bit slower, but there was some specific information and comments that came out today that brought the market up a little bit. So 10-year bonds getting some resistance. It's back up above 4. Mortgage-backed securities are a little bit down for the day. That's kind of spurred on by a couple different things. A few different analysts came out yesterday and suggested the Bank of Japan is still in a position where they they're far from normalizing their monetary policy. So that is a little bit of a concern in the global geopolitical aspects of the bond market without that normalization being really entrenched yet. That is some concerns. On a positive note, one of the biggest hawks out there in the Fed, Governor Bowman from San Francisco, who's always banging on we need to raise rates, finally came out. She says she's adjusted her stance on rates, but is not ready to cut rates just yet. She was quoted, should inflation continue to fall close to their 2% range over time, question mark over time, it it will eventually, underline exclamation point, eventually become appropriate to begin the process of lowering rates and being less aggressive on monetary policy. So that's a big turn of events, but she's still not in the camp of we're there yet, especially looking at the 3 and 6 month run rate of core CPI. Even with the employment data that's out there showing revisions, she's still pretty well entrenched with her hawkish nature, but at least she's come back a little bit. So that's a positive development. The other big report that came out today was trade deficit for November. Wanted to go through some of those numbers here. It's kind of interesting when you look at the report. So 63.2 billion was the trade deficit. That actually was down 1.3 billion month over month. Exports were down 4.8 billion month over month. Imports were down 6.1 month over month. So we're seeing some variations within these trading, within the imbalance that we've had for a long time with imports, with trade deficits. Now, year to date, the goods and services deficit is down $161 billion or 18.4%. So we're making up some ground on this trade deficit. Now, exports were up 28.8 billion or 1%. Imports were down 133 billion or 3.6%. So we're starting to make some more things here, which is fantastic. Now, one thing that a lot of economists and market followers watch is the 3 month average. Now, for goods and services on a 3 month average, the deficit was actually up 1.5 billion to 62.9 billion. So that is a little bit of a concern. Average exports were down by 0.6 billion, and average imports were up 0.9 billion. So year over year, we're doing well, but the 3 month average, we've got a little bit of a challenge with our import export imbalance. Now we've had that for a long time, for decades. Let's see if we can kind of right that ship a little bit, start making some more things here, control that trade imbalance. Now, the rest of the day is pretty quiet. We are seeing, like we said, bonds up a few ticks, went over that 4% mark, which is an important marker. So we're following it really close. Tomorrow we get Fed Governor Williams speaking from the New York Fed. That'll be an important one. And then coming out Thursday starts the inflation data. So we're waiting to get our pencils out and our calculators to see what that data is going to bring us. Give us a call with any questions, 616-293-2189. Look forward to helping answer these economic questions, helping people get pre-approved, get offers accepted, and trying to beat the spring market and get into a house now. Hey, be like the University of Michigan and win at what you're doing. Get a house now, just like they won a national championship now. So hope all is well. Have a great rest of the week.